Namato Ratana Tayasa. May I pay homage to Triple Zem, the Buddha, Dhamma and the Sangha. My respect goes to my parents and my teachers. Hello, good evening everyone. Today is Tuesday the 28th April. This is Achan Sujan from Varapunya Meditation Center, Aberdeen, Scotland. As usual, on every night at 6:30, I'm here with you all as a part of one more activities as you are self-isolating at home. So today again I am outside of the center just to give you this beautiful evening, and still cold, so I'm wearing the gloves to warm myself up. So hello everyone. Hi Margaret, Sarala, David, Karina, Manish. Hi everyone. I hope so far you've been enjoying this weather without the rain, but again without the sun. So still beautiful weather, and although we are coming to the end of this April. So good evening. Hi, good evening. So once again I am here with you to befriend and also to give you some reflections on different subjects, and mostly I will try to relate on your comments, your posts and your questions, just to give you the ideas on that, rather than just me talking on different philosophical subjects and practical things that I think is the right one from my own perspective. So I always think that you can post your thoughts, your feedbacks, and then I can develop the subject on top of it. Hello Krishna ji, Sukhinos. So today I have read the news, and it seems like now the government is focusing on care homes. So it is sad to know that now it is turning to the care homes, and now they are very vulnerable people at the moment of this crisis. So I would say, if possible, everyone be careful, particularly if you are over 60s, and then again extra careful you need it. But the good things that I have heard that about 80 people, 80 NHS staffs and 16 or 18 care workers, those who passed away due to the corona, and working with this coronavirus, government gave kind of a support for their family, about £60,000 per each family, which is quite good support in a way, although life is more precious than the money. Hi. So this is at least good sign that there is a support for the frontline workers that the government is giving. Nevertheless, life is precious than the money, but at least it's good for the family in this crisis time. I also read the news from America that one of the senior health workers, doctor, who had got coronavirus after working in corona emergency ward, were helping, and then she went on isolating herself for a couple of weeks, and then once she realized that she got well and could go back to work, and so turned to work. When she went back to work, she realized that her health condition was not great, so she was given another quarantine at home. But unfortunately and sadly, she took her life because of this corona and the stress and depression. And on that basis, I think this is the time that all the frontline workers and those who are working so hard, like nurses, doctors, and care workers, need a lot of support and help from friends and the departments and people and families. So then they will have an opportunity to open up and talk to each other and express their feelings. But if they found difficult, then I think the meditation will help them to differentiate between the situation and emotion. And when they have this kind of a depression and down in their feelings, and at least the meditation will help them to recognize these feelings and ability to deal with that. So that's why I would say that there are plenty of meditation guidance online. You can guide your friends, those who are working on the front line, to listen and meditate and spend at least of a few minutes, maybe 10-15 minutes, talking through it or listening with them or practicing a meditation together, just to let them feel that there is a support and there is encouragement and there is a way that they can deal with this emotion and feeling. So will help them to ease and ability to stay strong. One of the example, hi Ranjani, I remember you had this COVID-19 and you were struggling, had to rest a lot and went back to check up for many times and had the positive results all the time. Finally you got this negative result, which is quite good in a way. Something when you have a negative, it's a good, but so this is the time, when you got the negative, you will feel safe and get better, but doesn't mean that you go back and then come back with that. So I wish that you will not get it back again, and stay strong. And again, it'd be good to have a meditation. And then, as you have already texted me saying that meditation helped you to deal in this situation, so in this way you can introduce meditation to your colleagues and frontline workers so they can deal with this. And further on to this, which is quite sad or unpredictable, that this corona is invading into the children's health as well. So day by day it's getting more serious, and everyone needs to be more careful with it too. Although the government is going to ease with this lockdown in a couple of days or a week time, doesn't mean that we should be going heedlessly and unmindfully working and doing all the stops without considering or without having any self distance, social distance and things. So need to be more mindful with that too. So that was the news that I found quite a serious one, that we should think of and then consider to help one another, especially this time those who are working at the front line on this COVID-19. Do not let them to be alone, and do not let them feel that no one is there, and encourage them to watch their mind and be mindful of what they are going through, and with that they will be able to deal with it, and hopefully they can work further to help others. As I said in the previous talks, that you are in a good position, and in a way great position, to cultivate the compassion and work for the liberation of yourself and then others too. This is a great opportunity that you can help so many lives and so many people. And each time when you enter to the wards or hospital or the work, just think of this great opportunity that you can help people to alleviate this suffering. So with this great sense of a compassion, you're working there, and each steps, whatever you're doing with a mindfulness. And then with that mindfulness, each time when you are in there, it is not just safeguard to yourself, but also safeguard others too. In the meantime, it won't affect you. What most important things that you should keep in your mind, that you have done your best, but this is you cannot do, and it's time to let go. I do understand that those nurses, care workers and the doctors feel sad when someone leaves, despite of their hard work of taking care and looking after. But sometimes, I think one of my previous talks on the 3 types of patients, I have mentioned that sometimes, despite of having a good care, good medication, they won't survive. So understanding that, once you have done your best, and if still they die, then just leave them peace and say goodbye. Do not take it into your mind and disturb yourself and then feel down. So you do your best with the compassion and the kindness. So that is the most important, I would say, to have this attitude to come out from this crisis. You in this time need it, and you are the one working at the front line. And this is not just at the front line people or front line workers. There are also other news coming up as well, that people committing suicide, sadly, due to dissatisfaction and due to not receiving support from government body or family members. There was a news that one of the ladies around 50s or 60s went to get the support from the government in Thailand, but not receiving that, she committed suicide, and which is very sad news. Wish she could have learned meditation, or wish she could have someone to talk to. Then that may help her to understand that there is not just her who is not receiving this support, but there are plenty of other people as well who are on the process to receive the support, and there are plenty of people who hasn't got the support because of this crisis. So that's why it is very crucial time to give a support to our NHS staffs who are working on the front line and care workers, but also meantime we also need to think of those who are vulnerable and they are in a critical situation. So giving them a comfort and giving them a support, and most importantly give them this key of a meditation that they can use to understand, to recognize their feelings and their emotions. When they will be able to recognize these emotions and these feelings, then they will be able to come out from their misery, come out from this ongoing thought, the hamster wheel of a thought, why not, why this is this and that. When they will be able to come out from this, then they will not commit suicide and they will not take their life, and which I think is very important message that we should spread around at this time. And I would like to read out, there is one or two feedbacks that I want to read out to you all. Actually, there are a few people posted on last night's talk as well, saying thank you for the talk and thank you for the meditations and these chantings that are all helping to cope and helping to stay active and having a plan for every day. In the meanwhile, there's a Colin. He wrote saying that enjoy listening to your thoughts on the life. I got good news this morning from good news. So his wife cleared from cancer, and so however she has to go back to hospital again, but he's very happy to have these reflections. And there was hello Sarala. Yes, Sarala just wrote saying I've been practicing of letting go, especially before I go to sleep, since I spoke to you a few years back when I was so disturbed. Right, okay. So that's again, thank you very much for your feedback, and letting go is very important. We have to learn not just letting go of this crisis time, but also in every form and every sort of day-to-day life. There is one more, and which is on saying, good evening Achan. First I want to thank you for your live talks every day, which in this uncertain time gets people together. This is get people together. This is what is my intention, that at least this one activity that you can come and join during the day, and you have a plan when you woke up that okay, tonight I'm going to listen the talk and then going to attend the chanting and going to do the meditation. So that's one activity. That's why I'm trying to do it every night, to come and speak with you all and stay with you. One message came from John Chai Kongmanikan. He's doing a doctor. Hello. Okay, so he's from Pisanulog province. He's doing a doctorate on social welfare, how to look after the senior citizens in a care homes. So I think this is a good time for him to listen what the government is saying about the care home things. So hi, nice to see you. So yes, that's why this is another activity that you can come and join, to basically speak or to listen and extend your understanding, and also in a form of a Buddhist perspective. And she further said, this is more a personal issue, but you can use this example in one of your talks. So this is simply saying that as you have mentioned, Western countries have different culture. Sometimes people that are close to us, like family, friends, are gossiping or having negative comments, and sometimes it's difficult to ignore it and not react. How can one avoid this without being rude to the people, like talking like that? I think this is a very difficult topic to speak, and this is very common, whether it is Western culture or whether it is Eastern culture. It is in every culture. I have a very good experience when I go to join with the Nepalese community. They will say, Nepalese communities are so gossiping, always gossiping, not good. But I don't see Thai community, they are not gossiping. But when I stay and speak with the Thai communities, and they will say, our community gossips so much. Wish the Western communities do not gossips about. And then when I talk to the Westerners, our groups, and they're always been gossips as well, and fed up with the gossips. So gossip is everywhere. Doesn't matter which culture we are belongs to. Gossip is been there, has been there, and will be. This is human nature. Yeah. That's why in the practice of a meditation, or the great masters, they have said that if you can't control your mouth, there is no way you can hope to control your mind. Right? So plenty people gossiping, simply thinking that I am better than someone else, I am good than somebody else, and thinking with that they try to project their superiority or dominate someone. In that case, what happens is they are in a great suffering, not knowing that how much they have accumulated this negativity towards themselves, which intentionally thinking that that will affect to somebody else, someone else. Yeah? And with that thought, they will do that actions to hurt somebody. Yeah? To hurt somebody, thinking that hurting. And my philosophy is, no one can make me angry without my permission. Yeah? Doesn't matter who says what, doesn't matter what's going on, as long as I am with myself, I am aware of my thoughts, I am aware of my feelings, then I'm not taking them into my world. And with that, I am not angry. With that, I am not upset. So you can use that. But again, it's she further says it's sometimes inevitable to avoid those situations. Yes, this is quite hard to avoid when you are in that situation and you constantly have to engage with that conversation. Oftentimes you don't have to engage with it. If that's true, then simply accept that. If that's not true, give them a reason. But that reason, when you're giving, you're not giving with anger, you're not giving with upset mind, you're not giving with feeling of down or negativities. No, you simply give them a reason that what you're saying is not right. And after you have said, that's it, done. And you stick with what you have said and what you are. And with that, there will be no problem. And you are not taking into yourself. And with that, you are safe. But still somebody is trying to do that, then what you have to do is take that person as emptiness. Doesn't exist. All the words are not exist. All words, what they are saying or she is saying or he is saying, is simply voidness. You have no attention to that at all. And that's the technique that we can practice. During the time of the Buddha, when the Buddha was traveling from one city to another, there was another religious faith people were also following behind the venerable monks along with the Buddha. And the teacher of that faith was talking against the Buddha and gossiping about the Buddha's teachings, whereas his student was supporting. They were fighting each other in terms of the gossips. And when they arrived, the monks arrived at the temple, and the monks were talking about why this pupil and the master are each other talking about the Buddha Dhamma Sangha and about the Buddha and the teachings. In that gossip, Buddha came and said to them that if those gossips are true, change your view, change your behavior, change your attitude. But if that's not true, then do not give any attention to it at all. It's up to them. Yeah, it's up to them. And they are creating, in according to the law of karma, they are creating their own negative karma that will give a result in a future time for themselves. Do not engage with that at all. If possible, walk away. If not, just ignore. And even ignoring is not good enough, just take that as the emptiness, not existence of that person and their talk at all. So this is how you can practice to free yourself. But most importantly, whatever you hear, just make a note that you are hearing, rather than the subject, rather than the person. So this is the place where you can apply this insight meditation. When you practice insight meditation, you simply note that hearing as just the hearing. You are not listening. When we listen, we put our identification, our memories, our understanding, along with that words, we put the person as well, and we put the histories. This is not me, this is mine, this is not what I am, like that. And with that, it generates more and more. Whereas if we are mindful of it, just hits in our ear, and air consciousness receives it, just listening. Sorry, just hearing, not listening. In that way, we will be mastering ourselves. And one more thing, what you need to be careful, that the intention of that person is saying these gossips or harsh words towards us is simply to make ourselves angry, simply to make ourselves upset. And now if we become upset, if we become angry, then their wish or their intention been fulfilled. But if we maintain unshakable, and maintain our dignity with great awareness, then they defeated by our own strong, persistent of awareness of that. So be mindful and not engage with it at all, and simply note it as hearing, not listening. Do not take them into our world. Just let it be. But we cannot stop gossip about other people. So people will be gossiping, but what we need to know, that since we feel hurt when somebody gossip about us, we also should be mindful that I am not going to gossip of anyone. My gossip is always about the third person. So try not to gossip of anyone, and then with that you will be able to understand that gossip is so harmful and so painful to yourself. So when you feel that pain, others do feel as well. So you cannot prevent from gossiping, but you can prevent yourself not to gossiping someone else. So with that reflection, I end for tonight's reflection, and I hope that you all keep safe and continue practicing, and you can again post all the whatever topics that you feel you would like me to speak, or any questions you want to ask, or any feedbacks. Please do so posting on the Facebook, and I will try to catch up every night. And meanwhile, so I have a few announcements. That's 17th of May, Sunday 17th of May at 4 to 6 p.m. we are going to have an interfaith mindful day on sleep and rest, which I will provide the password later once it's generated from the interfaith group. And the second, next week on the 6th of May, there will be the Vesak day, which is the Buddha's birthday. We are going to celebrate online as well. You're most welcome to join as well. Right, so David, is gossip really human nature or a habit we have learned? This is a habit that we have developed. It's not a human nature. It's a habit that we have developed to entertain ourselves, and as a human nature that we do not like to sit alone and we like to talk about someone else, so we can carry on talking, and with that the gossips begins to come. So gossip is our habit, not the nature, human nature. Okay? So this is 7 o'clock. I should stop here, and we'll see you in few minutes for the evening chanting and guided meditation at 7:30. So you're most welcome to join these two following sessions on tonight, and if not, then we'll see you tomorrow at 6:30 for reflection talk, and again continuous with the evening chanting and guided meditation. So with this, may you be happy, peaceful, successful, stay safe, take care, and good night. May the Buddha bless you. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu.